See, we just our mic check, guys, real fast.
Yep, all good.
Yeah.
Check, check.
Hello guys.
One sec, one sec. I can't do the mic check. Stupid Wi-Fi stops working. Yeah, just say something.
Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Check, 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 check.
Yes, we are very much audible. So I shall do the introduction, and meanwhile, y'all can take it away. Sorry, I'll share the link, and y'all can do the introductions. Go for it, guys.
Chish?
Yeah. Hello guys, what's up?
Okay, wait, I'll do it.
Okay, just was a bit shy. Let's go.
Yeah,
round
I'll.
4
Yeah.
final. Let's do it. D2
Yeah.
Jeddah, Friday, everyone. Hope you're having a nice evening. We've got cars out on track already. McLaren's are. Swag Boy is out, Spandan is out as well. Most cars are out actually, so track's already fairly busy, which leads me to believe drivers want to start getting their laps in early and probably do 3 soft tire runs. So it's an important qualifying session. Overtaking is not impossible by any means, but it is at the end of the day street circuit.
Yes,
So
very much
you
so.
do want track position.
And do please introduce yourself as well once before
Yes,
we begin.
I'm Harshav. I race in D1. Jishnu?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Jishnu. I race as D1 as well.
And I'm Chips. I don't know why I race sometimes. And with that, that is our introduction. Welcome to Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, under the lights here. And we see Swag Boy being the first of the drivers to start their lap. So, Hosha, why don't you take us through this lap?
Okay, so let me just go on board with him for a second. Yep, there we are. Okay, so he's just started the first sector, keeping it fairly tight through the S's. Bit of a lift there, a more of a confidence lift out of him. Oh, and he's coming.
Yeah, that's
Let's
it.
move to Harsh. Harsh is someone I'm very enthusiastic to see his performance of. Very clean through the first 2 corners. Bit of overstay on the exit. Won't lose him much. This corner is very important for your lap time actually. Leaves a bit of margin, but still gets fairly close to it. Good enough for a first banker run. Let's see if he stays flat through the S's. Just lift down to keeps him in 7th actually. And he gets a bit of a snap as well, but
A bit scrappy from here and there, but yeah.
yeah, definitely not the best first sector, not from Harsh at least. Keeps it tight at the left-hand hairpin on the power, nice and early. Now this part is all about using every bit of the track available to you. Does he do that? Very conservative, I must say, but it's understandable.
He has a slide there.
He's still going to go on though, and I mean it's sensible to go on in this case because it is like I said, it's a street circuit. You never know when you're going to invalidate somewhere, so you might as well get some sort of lap on the board. He's lost here again. It's been far from ideal. I reckon this and he's backed off, understandably. So I think that lap would have put him about a second and a half at least, or a second off his actual pace.
And Pratham goes 28.3.
28.
Raman, 28.2 on the mediums.
Tumble though.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a good lap from Raman.
It's a competitive, very
lap,
competitive
though.
time by him
Yeah.
there, Raman.
Definitely.
Do we have Swag on a lap? We have Swag on a lap, and he has invalidated the very same corner once again. Shrikant goes P5 because he's displaced by Oxidize. Yeah, what a nice lap by Oxidize there. I think it's gonna be Oxidize versus Harsh, although I am all in to see a new pole sitter, somebody we haven't seen for a while.
I think pole will be, I would have to think low 27s.
I think
maybe
9.
Yeah.
high 26s as well.
And 7 taking
26,
P2
9,
provisionally. Yeah, I think track evolution will play a role. Obviously, there's not going to be any rain tonight. We yet to see the likes of Mosquito. Okay, Mosquito I think is on a lap, so maybe you can take us to the remainder of this lap, Jishnu.
Yeah. Sorry. I can't find.
Last place.
Yeah. He takes it neatly, and let's see the corners now. Yeah, he sticks to the apex. I think he can definitely find a bit more time there. He sticks to the wall. He just needs to aim a good, he needs to hit the apex, and then carry as much speed as possible. He left so much time there, I feel. He can stick much closer to the wall a bit more.
Let's be fine.
And he does 28-7, which is decent, puts him in the top 5. But the time should just tumble from now on, so he needs a better lap.
I think this is a very, very driver-oriented circuit, though. I mean, I think this show it's. I'm not that we run unequal cars by any means. We do run equal cars, but I feel the gaps might be slightly larger than anything we've seen so far. I think
I see Linsipper
drivers will really shine here.
Yes, I see Linsipper kiss the wall there, coming up to the line. He's almost out of battery, but he does go P7. I think that was a bit of a mistake on his end. A lot of people in chat tonight. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you all in chat. And Abhishek is asking you, Hushrav, what is your prediction for the pole time? Was it D2 or D1? Abhishek, please.
I think he's D1.
He's asking D1.
Sorry?
He's asking you the D1 prediction.
Oh, sorry, D1. Yeah. Ooh.
25?
No, not 25. Can't be 25.
26.
High 26?
No, low 26.
So 26? Tushar Prasad, I think that is Shooter. If that is you, please do confirm. Says, alright, so Shooter in the chat, unfortunately not on track. He says that the pole time would be a 26.8 or a 26.9 tonight for D2. So...
Yeah, I agree with Shooter. He's pretty accurate with his times there. Unfortunately, he's not racing though. He's one of the good racers out there, and he could have challenged for pole today, I feel. But I think Oxidize, my bet is on Oxidize today. He's too quick in quali especially. Hopefully his luck turns around in race, but Oxidize is a good qualifier. So we have to watch out for it.
Harsh is having a nightmare of a session. He's just hit the wall again on his next lap as well.
And we are seeing
on his first sector.
Harshi is about to finish his lap. Harshi is one of those dark horses. You don't usually see it reflected. And I think he just went over a line a bit there, but he does go P5. Harshi, and it's a very unique case for Harshi. So Shooter betting on Pratham to take pole. He's saying that he sweated right in front of him. So, alright, the Alpine. I was supposed to have my Alpine teammate tonight in the comms box, so he would have had a few choicey words.
Invalidate.
Who are you talking about?
Harsh.
Harsh, okay.
He doesn't invalidate.
Harsh is just having a tough time. And he's approaching the last corner here. Let's try to follow somebody. Let's follow once Pratham starts his lap. Let's follow his entire lap. The Merc is slowing down at the hairpin there for some reason, but Harsh through the line is not going to be pole. Definitely, it's going to be P6. So he is a fair ways back. Yeah, I think he's just not up to grips, or maybe not entirely comfortable with his setup. But let's see. Anything can happen.
He gets a banker.
Yeah, so and Shane. We are. Somebody called Sharat is asking, isn't Swagboy supposed to serve qualifying ban? He is on track, yes. He has invalidated, so he's technically... Yeah, but obviously, if to serve a quali ban, he has to retire in the pits, which Domithor has done, who was the first retiree from the session. Pratham is about to start his lap, so why don't one of you all take us through the lap?
Yeah, Hushrav.
Yeah, sure. So, Pratham is just exiting turn 3 now. Good start to the lap, fairly clean from what I saw. Let's see how close he gets to the wall now. Fairly close actually, and gets a good run through there. I like it, he's staying tight to the wall. Flat through the S's, yes, keeps it flat. That's a very good run actually.
Yeah, that's a decent run
through there, but smooth run otherwise. No oversteer, no big moments really, which is...
He's improving by 3 tenths.
Purple, yep, he's purple as well through the first sector. Keeps it really tight to the hairpin. I love that line. Gets on the power early. And let's see how close he gets the wall here. Pretty close, I'd say. Doesn't do much on the table, gets a nice exit. So important, all of your exits here, because they all lead onto really long straights, and you get some amount of oversteer and you throw away 2-3 tenths of your lap time there.
8.5 tenths?
And he's improving by 9 tenths of a lap there. That's the mighty lap he's on.
Really good lap so far. I think this will put him low 27s, definitely. Let's see, can he keep it tight and clean to the last corner? Keeps it in fourth, gets on the power nice and early, and now it's going to be.
Could have been braver, but yeah, good decent.
Let's see what it's going to be.
Goal.
26, 27-2. That's a good lap from him.
That's the benchmark where we want to beat, I think, for the rest of the session.
Definitely, yeah.
So Shooter's prediction coming to fruition here. Pratham on pole, although from what Shooter said, there's another 3-4 tenths in that lap for Pratham. Do you all think that that's the case?
Oxida is behind him on a lap as well.
Alright, we see 7 coming up to the line. There's a Haas ahead of him and he spins and he has a moment. Okay, so the commentator's bus is still there.
On track.
Deadly Mosquito getting a penalty for a collision with Oxidize. Deadly Mosquito is down in P8. He's on an out lap and he has obviously had a run in with Oxidize for some reason. 7 having a bit of a moment there, but Oxidize navigating the last corner. Mayank has left the session, so if one of you could send him an invite.
I think he backed out.
Oxidize is boxing, yeah. So I'm not sure what happened between Mosquito and Oxidize. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I think Mosquito just moved on his racing line a bit.
Did you catch that?
Not sure, but yeah, I think it's just unfortunate. I think he's letting him go, but he reacted late. Mosquito.
Yes, and Srikanth has just gone P4. Srikanth improves by 3 seconds. But yeah, it's P4 for him. I saw a lot of traffic, but it's all subsided now. They've all gone back to the pits, I think. Ramen is on a lap, and Shooter Singh Pratham max out is 26.6. That is lightning quick, and he is about 6 tenths off that. Ramen meanwhile is up by 4 tenths, but he has a bit of a moment on the curbs there. Goes over the bit too much of the curbing. Now through this long series of, what do you call it, a straight left, that's not what you call it. A straight which banks a bit to the left, but this is a complete left turn for Ramen, the last turn of the 27 on this circuit. Coming up to the line, DRS is going to be open and he is to the limits of the track, as you can see there. He improves but doesn't improve on his position.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, Pratham is in a league of his own because the gap between him and the next driver is 6 tenths, and then the gap covering the next 4 drivers is less than a tenth. So
I think we can see the time break though. I feel one of them will
Lean
go.
Sipper going to P8.
Definitely improve. It's fine margins right now, and it's again.
Yeah, definitely.
Spandan has lost his front wing, and he's chasing a Ferrari. Who is probably Srikanth. Yeah, that is understandable. Vintage to the line. Meanwhile, Lean Sipper went P8. I just followed that, and Vintage is boxing. All right. So the drivers do have time for one more lap, I believe, if they come out within the next few minutes.
More lap.
Yeah, within the next few seconds. Sorry. Spandan boxing, understandably. Deadly Mosquito, he backed out of his previous lap. Let's have a look at this lap of his will come to.
Run through the first corners. Turn 4 was tight as well. Clean through the S's, which is more
complete lift.
Fast, I think. Yep. Slightly missed the apex there, which caused him to lift as he would have run wide. Still going on, though he is still improving. Not purple by any means, but he is improving on his own time, which is important. Keeps it tight to the hairpin again, using almost all of the track on the exit. How close does he get here? Not very, but keeps it controlled. And shortest run down the straight now. Basically, make this straight as much of a straight as you can. It is 3 corners officially, but they're barely corners on these cars.
Yeah, he's done a decent improvement there.
Slight kick of oversteer at the exit of 23, but keeps it tight otherwise. Shortest run down the hairpin again. Let's see how good a run does he get up to the line. Slightly missing the apex, but it's still at a constant radius, so he won't lose much more than a tenth there. And we stay tight left just about, and that's
P7.
28.8.
28.3. Yeah. And he locks up into turn 1. Alright. Have you guys sent Mayank an invite? Because I remember he left the session.
Let me do that.
I can't remember. I don't recollect him joining back. I see a Alfa Romeo on a lap. Is that Ace? No, that's not on a laps. I see a McLaren driving fast. That is not Spandan. That's his teammate Swagboy, who is also on an outlap. So I can't see how many minutes are left in the session because the caution screen is taking up
guys,
all
what's
the.
Mayank's number?
Mayank 7799.
77.
Yes. So 2.5 minutes left in this quali session. Two retirees as of now, and Pratham comfortably on pole by 6/10 of a second. Somebody's going the wrong way. That is Spandan. No, not the wrong way. He was reversing and ghosted. Yeah, Spandan is a bit of a character as he kisses the wall there. A bit too romantic, can't you, Spandan? So Shooter really hyping up Pratham's lap, and understandably so. We're yet to see the best of him, I believe, as he is on his out lap. And if I'm not wrong, yeah, that should be good enough to do his lap without any traffic. There's a car coming behind him. That's a Merc of... Who's the other Merc? Ramen. Who's also on an out lap. So many people on their out laps. Harshi is on a lap. So... Do you think there's enough regen to do a lap now, do a cool lap or two, and then do another hot lap at the end? Is there enough regen?
No.
Sure, but you won't have the tires to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, tires. The way is a lot.
Tires are pretty crucial over here as Swag Boy dances over the curbs, but he keeps his lap time intact. He is down on his time though. So he hasn't invalidated, but he is still gonna have a tough time. A lot of drivers on their outlaps, and Deadly Mosquito's out.
Deadly Mosquito.
Yeah, I think that's in the pits. Alright. So Shane Potts about to start his. I think what most drivers are gonna do is have their last lap start any moment now. Yeah. I think it's going to be the McLaren who's just approaching the end of Sector 2. That's going to be the last car who might be able to start their lap. Or maybe the Ferrari. Yeah. Maybe.
The laps I want to see are all pretty close to each other. So it's...
Spandan's out.
Spandan has retired. He crashed out.
He's had a torrid session so far. But the man was my personal bet for pole. Harsh, let's go on board with him. Down to turn one. Clean through the first two corners. Nice exit early on the power as well. How close is he there at turn 4? He leaves a bit understandably because he doesn't have a good lap on the board and he really needs to get this in. Very good through the S's. Bit of a lift, drops it down, keeps it in 7th again. He's the only driver who... Okay, now he's in 6th. Let's see his first sector split.
He's improving.
He's improving on his personal time, but it is still not as quick as Pratham was in the first sector. Gets on the power nice and early. Let's see the run he gets.
And Jishnu, please follow Pratham's lap meanwhile, if you can. If you see anything of note, please let us know.
It's better. It's much better from how
Pratham is
done so far. But it's not quick enough by the looks
and
of
just ahead of him, Oxidize is also on a lap. He is just improved by 5/10, almost 5/10 in the second sector. And the checkered flag is out. Vintage has crossed the line.
Also improving.
Welcome back, Mayank. This is going to be very close. Pratham is the last of this pack. He is a fairways back on track, but Oxidize to the line. Comes the Red Bull driver. He's going to get a distant toe from the Haas. A very distant toe, but he does stay takes the shortest route to the line, but is not enough.
He goes P2.
What about Harsh? Harsh goes P3. Alright.
Harsh goes P3.
I don't think he'll be happy with that though.
Pratham is improving more.
Alright.
Looks like he's going into the 26s.
Yes.
He's on a good lap though.
Yes.
If he keeps it clean through the last corner, I see no reason why he shouldn't.
He needs to get a good exit now with the apexes, and he gets a good exit, decent exit, and I think that's pole for him, guys.
I think that's clear.
26s.
Unless somebody else can displace him, it is a 26-8.
What a lap from Pratham!
What a brilliant lap by Pratham. What about 7? Can 7 do anything to displace the top 3? He is improving. He could jump ahead of Harsh, I believe. I did mention Harsh would probably not be very happy with his lap. A 27.6 versus a 27.3 for his nearest competitor. I don't think is good enough. And yes, he is displaced.
P3.
Yes, 7 going P3.
That's a good start for the race.
And what about Shrikant? He has invalidated. And that's it.
So no one else is going to improve really.
Utter dominance. Utter dominance by the Alpine driver. And yes, Ethan, AIL. Well and truly, what a great lap by Pratham to take pole position by, what is it, 4/10? Yes, 4.5 of a second.
4/10, 5, close to 5.
Yes. So, Jishnu, why don't you run us through the quali order?
Yeah. Pratham with an amazing lap takes pole, Oxidize in P2, and 7 P3 with no assists. Special mention, Harsh recovering from a torrid qualifying P4. Both the Ferraris 4 and 5, Shrikant at P5, and then Ramen takes P6, Lean Sipper P7, Harshi P8, Deadly Mosquito P9, and Shane Potts P10. And then the rest is Swag Boy, Vintage Player, Ace, Pandan,
Like I said, this track just brings out the best of the drivers, doesn't it?
Mayank and Domito rounds off the qualifying there. And Mayank and Domito not doing qualies there.
Yes, and everybody from Shane down to Spandan, I believe, are going to jump up a position because of Mosquito's 5-place penalty. Mosquito is going to start 14th instead of 9th. Yes, so strategy. What do you guys think is the strategy calls going into tonight?
No strategy.
I think a straightforward.
Yes, that's true. Exactly.
I think straightforward is a medium to hard, straightforward choice, but then the mediums
everyone
are not feeling that well though. The few runs I did, the mediums are not doing very well.
No tire feels particularly good around here, but like I said, ideal world medium hard. It's not easy on the wear at all for some reason. It's got everything, every type of corner that sucks the life out of the tires. It's got low speed, rear limited traction zones where you need every bit of grip from the rears, and then it's got a lot of long lateral fast high speed corners where you need as much of the tire in the cornering as much as possible.
We're going to witness all these in just a moment as we have 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, a bit of a pause, and it is a very long wait, and it's lights out and away we don't go yet. Somebody's jumped the start. Deadly Mosquito. What?
No.
Safety. No, it's bugged. Yeah, that's bugged. That's bugged.
So that'll be a restart.
Oh yeah, that has to be a restart. No, he's teleported back unless we have another and 5 headlights on the grid. Yeah, safety cars out. No, we're restarting. That's not gonna be. Thank you. Guys, please take a moment to thank our overlords and saviors, Codemasters over here. Please do so.
The game changes, handling gets better, but Codemasters say the same.
Yes, I am the lobby host.
Okay, so we'll have to make another lobby then.
Yeah, alright. We shall do so with immediate effect. As we see drivers taking out their frustrations from quali, we'll have to do the entire quali order once again. Should I restart the stream? I think I should. That would be sensible. Alright, so that is qualifying for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. We shall be back soon with the main race in due course of time. Thank you.